Ties with India are going to be a tricky issue for the new Pakistani Prime Minister, and given that bilateral ties between the two neighbours have hit a rocky patch, all eyes will be on what the new Prime Minister does. Good relations with India are also important for Pakistan. If trade ties resume between the two countries, it'll benefit their economy, and Imran Khan is well aware of that. In his victory speech, he declared that peace between the two countries is key for stability in the subcontinent.
मैं ये चाहूँगा कि अगर हिंदुस्तान की लीडरशिप तैयार है, हम बिल्कुल तैयार हैं कि हम अपने ताल्लुकात बेहतर करें। आप एक कदम हमारी तरफ आएंगे, हम दो कदम आपकी तरफ जाएंगे, लेकिन आगे भी तो बढ़ें। अभी तक तो एक वन साइडेड किस्म की रिलेशनशिप है कि ब्लेम किया जा रहा है पाकिस्तान को। हर जिस किस्म की दुनिया में कहीं दहशतगर्दी हो तो पाकिस्तान को ब्लेम किया जाता है। तो मैं ये चाहूँगा, मैं कन्विक्शन से कह रहा हूं कि ये दोनों, ये सब कॉन्टिनेंट के लिए सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ है कि हमारे मुल्कों के अंदर दोस्ती हो और हम अपने जो मेन इशू है उसको डायलॉग से हल करें।
Even in his victory speech, Imran Khan mentioned Kashmir, which is a controversial issue when it comes to ties between the two countries. Pakistan has time and again tried to rake up the Kashmir issue and has insisted on having a dialogue over the state. But India has refused to hold talks with any preconditions, especially when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir. But what does Imran's election really mean for India? For one, the government will have to deal with a completely unknown politician, a man who is a far cry from a seasoned politician like, let's say, Nawaz Sharif. Imran Khan has been his country's sporting superstar, but never held a position of power. Secondly, he has blamed the Indian government for ruining ties between the two countries. That statement could hamper the reconciliation efforts. He's also accused India's current dispensation of making Pakistan a scapegoat when it comes to Kashmir, and that could be another sticking point. Let's move on. Google now wants to enter the China market, and what's surprising is that the search engine giant is ready to succumb to China's draconian censorship laws. Our next report has more details on how exactly this is going to come to be. Take a look.
8 years ago, Google shut down its search engine in mainland China. Everyone cried censorship. 8 years later, it seems Google is ready to meet China's draconian censorship laws. Word is that Google is crafting a search engine codenamed Dragonfly. If reports are to be believed, the censored version of Google's search engine works like a filter which sorts out certain topics. It also limits access to websites blocked by Beijing. In other words, Google is all set to succumb to the Chinese pressure. China is, of course, a great market for any tech firm, but Google's reported plan will have ramifications. Google will set a wrong precedent for other companies which are looking at doing business in China without compromising their core values. Secondly, Google will go on to be a complicit in human rights abuses happening as a result of China's rigorous censorship. That's not all. Another thing to note here is Google will have to store digital information in China only. The company will provide its internet-based services such as Drive and Docs via domestic data centers and servers located in mainland China. But Google has no data centers in the country, which means it will have to partner with local players. In fact, Google is already in talks with cloud service providers like Tencent and Inspur, and this would provide Chinese authorities easy access to a huge trove of personal data. At the end of it all, it seems Chinese money power is taming American tech firms. Bureau Report, Wion.
Google toying with the idea of creating a censored search engine for China hasn't gone down well with many, including a group of Republican and Democratic senators in the United States. Now, the Republican senator and noted China critic Marco Rubio led this group of 6 lawmakers in slamming Alphabet Incorporated's proposed plan. They shot off a letter to Google CEO Sundar Pichai asking for answers on the proposed Dragonfly search engine. The letter reads, quote, It is a coup for the Chinese government and Communist Party to force Google, the biggest search engine in the world, to comply with their onerous censorship requirements, and sets a worrying precedent for other companies seeking to do business in China without compromising their core values. End quote. Now, the lawmakers have asked Google for more details on its proposed entry into China. Remember, this is the same market that the tech giant left in 2010 to protest alleged human rights violations in the country. However, Google, in its response, has declined to comment on, quote, speculation about future plans, end quote.